decir que no? ¿Cómo decirte que te quiero? Que muero por tu amor. Yo no he perdido la ilusión, ni el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Tu boca y la mía felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Déjame decirte, mami, una cosita. Yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré. Mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Oye, él no te quiere, no sabe cuidarte. Oye, yo tengo un mundo para darte. Yo solo quiero cuidarte. Oye, mueve la cintura. Oye, que seas mía toda la vida. Solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. We bring moments of your life, and I am Benjamin Kuji. Today we'll be talking the Italian Serie A. A lot has happened in the Italian Serie A when it comes to Nigerian players, so we'll be diving into that to discuss that. But before we go into that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. Super Eagles head coach Eric Schell has suggested why Senegal defeated Nigeria 1-0 in their opening 2024 African Nations Championship CHAN Group D tie. A second half goal from Christian Gomis gave Senegal the victory against Nigeria at the Amani Stadium in Tanzania. Speaking at the post-match press conference, Schell insisted that the Senegalese defeated his home-based Super Eagle players because they were more aggressive than his team during the encounter. According to him, the Senegalese side showed greater intensity throughout the match, adding that they deserved the victory. Nigeria will now face Sudan in their second CHAN game again next Tuesday. Four-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka advanced to the semi-final of the WTA Canadian Open on Tuesday with a comprehensive 6-2, 6-2 triumph over 10th seed Elena Svitolina. Osaka chasing her first WTA Tour level title since the 2021 Australian Open, needed only 68 minutes to dispatch the Ukraine star and book a Wednesday semi-final with Danish 16 seed Clara Towson, who stunned reigning Australian Open champion Madison Keys 6-1, 6-4. Towson, 22, seeks her fourth career WTA title after the 2021 Lyon and Luxembourg Open and this year Auckland Open, where Osaka retired after winning the first set of the finals in their only WTA meeting. She's really tough, Osaka said of Tucson. I played her in Auckland this year. I had to stop halfway because I was injured. So I am really excited that I am healthy. And back to our topic of discussion. Nigerian forwards Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen have both excelled in Serie A. Yet their career have been shaped more by clubs looking to take advantage of them than by their lofty achievements. Should Atlanta's handling of Lookman and Napoli's treatment of Osimhen reveal patterns that future Nigerian players and their representatives should carefully consider before committing to Italian clubs? We all know the story of Ademola Lookman, from his exploit at the Europa League, scoring a hat-trick in the final, to later missing a penalty which his manager, Gianpiero Gasperini, described him as one of the worst penalty takers he has ever seen. That comment struck Osimhen as disrespectful. He stressed that he took the penalty on instruction from the designated taker and reminded fans of his prior flawless record from the sport. Despite Gasperini's exit, Lookman has expressed a clear intention to leave this summer, but Atlanta are frustrating his effort to leave to Inter Milan. Similar situation could be said in the case of Victor Osimhen, who joined Napoli in 2020 and became Serie A top scoring African player while helping the club with their first Scudetto in over 30 years. After falling out with the club, Napoli reportedly blocked a transfer to Chelsea, Arsenal, PSG and Al Ahly by insisting on a steep valuation and payment terms. Only Galatasaray finally signed him. But both Lookman and Osimhen earned continental recognition, both earning African Footballer of the Year honors back to back. But they both they are both publicly undermined. Lookman faced sharp rebuke during critical moments, sometimes in front of his own fan base. Osimhen was sidelined, stripped of his shirt number, excluded from the squad, and subjected to humiliating mockery by the club itself. So I ask, should Atlanta handling of Lookman and Napoli's treatment of Osimhen reveal patterns that future Nigerian players and their representative should carefully consider before committing to Italian clubs? We want to hear from you as you call our studio lines. You can call us to air your view on this topic on our studio line. That is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again. 0903 648 5868. You can also comment on our Facebook handle, that is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. You comment. You can also like our page, follow our page, and when you comment there, I will read your comments here live. Now, we are talking of our brothers in Italy. Over the years, we've seen what has happened to these two players who have won the African Best Players back to back. After Osimhen won, Lookman also won the African Best Player. But there are things that we want to discuss about or want to talk about. Their treatment in Italy. If you look at it, I think their treatment is almost similar, going by what actually happened. Missed penalties. Osimhen also missed penalty. Lookman also missed penalty. And before you know, it has degenerated to a level that we cannot actually say. Atlanta right now are refusing to sell Osimhen, even after they had an agreement last season that towards the end of the season, they had an agreement that Lookman is supposed to leave at the end of the season. And Inter Milan have submitted a formal offer of 42 million plus 3 million euros in add-ons. And Lookman himself reportedly reiterated to the club officials that he wants to finalize a transfer before the season's end. However, Atlanta had rejected that bid, insisting on a firm 50 million euros price tag. And that is what is causing problem. And I'm asking, with what is happening to our players, should Nigerian players be weary of the Italian league, where you have issues like this always popping up for Nigerian players? At a point in time, even for Osimhen, he said people came out to say that it was all about racism. After he lost that penalty against Bologna, people said it was racism because it was his own club social media handle that was making mockery of him. So what is your take on this? Call us and let us hear your take on this. You can call our studio lines on 0903-648-5868. I'll take the number again. 0903-648-5868. And let's have your say on this matter. Hello.
Hello, Ben. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, you're speaking with me from Melbourne.
Tina, can you speak up? We didn't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
All right. I'm from North Bank.
Okay. Tina, what can you say about the Italians Serie A?
Okay. It's just quite unfortunate because this same thing, just as you said, this is the same thing that happened to Victor Osimhen. And I don't know, just as you were asking whether we should include maybe them now before they go to the Syria outside. They should read carefully the terms and conditions that are applied there, because them now coming because they have, they don't want to sell Lookman to their rival, Yes. So then they are using that as saying that they don't want to sell
Lookman to a rival.
Yeah, a rival. So I don't know whether the contract was read carefully before he signed it. So I will still have, but I don't know. I don't just really know. Why would the same situations happening to African best?
Yes.
It's just like, it's so frustrating because it happened to Victor
Osimhen.
He finally signed for Galatasaray. Now, Lookman is sidelined, and the worst thing, they will even collect your club number for jersey. Your jersey number to show that you are not even included in the squad any longer. And I don't know. So I'm just, my own advice to them is just, they should read that contract before they sign. They should read it line by line. Read it before signing, so that we should not be having such incidents like this occurrence happening to our players.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that one, Tina.
You're welcome.
Okay, Tina is of the view that for any player intending to ply his trade in Italy, it's good for you to read that contract line by line. Hello.
Good evening, Ben.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Kenneth calling from Air Force Base.
Okay, Kenneth, can you tell us more about this Serie A and Nigerian players?
Ken, I would not really want us to look at it from the angle where you're coming from.
Okay.
But I want us to also see it from this angle.
Okay.
I think it also has to do with we Nigeria as a country, the way we perform in tournaments with we qualify for, or we struggle to qualify for.
Just imagine we're struggling to qualify for the World Cup. I think it's because of how we as a country are performing poorly that these people are treating our players the way they are treating them. Because if we go back in the time past, we had lots of our players flying their threats in Italian clubs. Lots of them. They are too numerous for me to mention. I think we've also had a player of Caribou West.
Yes.
Obafemi Martins. Ogenyi Onazi.
Yeah.
Lots of them. Kanu Wanko, they all played in the Italian league, but they were never treated the way these current players have been treated. And I also want our players to see it also from this other angle, that the agents they have also have a role to play. I think agents also have a role to play. Maybe their agents are sort of being too weak that these clubs treat their players anyhow. You can't tell me if I think, sorry, Mino Raiola is late now. Hugo Mendes, if Hugo Mendes is an agent to one of these players, they will be treated the way they are treated. So I think they also have to look at the sort of agents they have. It also have a long way to play, combining with the way we perform as a country in tournaments we struggle to qualify for. I think that has a huge role to play in the way the Italian clubs are treating our players currently.
But we are talking of players that they came out of competitions doing very, very well. They came out
accepted. They also look at it that if they are this good, how come their country with them combining both Osimhen and Ademola, their country is struggling to qualify for the World Cup in a group where they have countries like South Africa, Tanzania, Benin Republic, and all of that.
Okay.
Seriously, I think that also has a huge role to play in the treatment being meted out to them by Italian clubs.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that one.
Welcome.
So, for this caller, he is of the opinion that our performance as in the national team also depends on how your club will treat you. If your national team is performing very, very well, you will be given first class treatment. You won't be treated the way you are treated. And also, there are issues of the agent. When you don't have a good agent that can negotiate some of these deals, you may run into deals that may end up crippling your footballing career. That is what this our last caller is trying to say. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Benjamin.
Yes, good.
Isaac.
Now you're speaking like a sportman.
Well, I think my take on this subject matter is I don't want to really generalize it that the Italian club maybe have some reserve sentiment against Nigerian players or African players, Nigeria in particular. There are few things me personally think that might contribute to, maybe there are peculiar issues might contribute to the stagger between Ademola Lookman and Atlanta and Osimhen and Napoli. Yes, so they are. I can say maybe they are kind of a disgraceful or disrespectful treatment. Number one, what I want to look into is looking inwardly. Sometimes, somebody can be a very good player, but at the same time can be very, very arrogant. We saw the like of Maradona in those days. We saw the like of Paul Gascoigne of England.
Balotelli.
Sorry?
Balotelli.
Yes, Balotelli. And Paul Gascoigne of England. All these players, they were very brilliant, but they always have issue with their club or coaches. if you look at the issue of, I think, Ademola Lookman, the problem was just between him and the coach. I think the player rally around him, they supported him. From what I was following back then. So maybe it could be that these particular players, they have a kind of attitude that in their respective club anyway, that the coach, despite their brilliance in the performance, being a sportsman, you have to be good, you have to be all outstanding or be very classic in both in the field of play
and your character.
Yes, the character maybe might be the issue. The character and the attitude may be an issue.
Okay.
That's how I look at it, because just like the other caller mentioned, the likes of Kanu Nwankwo, Taribo West, and Martins, all of them
played in Italian Serie A.
Hello?
They all played in Italian Serie A.
Yes, and they played. They left the Italian clubs without any problem of this kind. So I don't think they have any particular grudges against Nigerian.
Okay.
Players. That is my take. Yes.
All right, thanks for that one, Isaac. Okay, Isaac is of the view that it may not necessarily be the club's fault, that the players could also have a hand in this, because any player that is stubborn or is giving the club a headache, or the club will also want to deal with you. But what is your take? Let me just this topic is very interesting to me. But this is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. If you're just joining us, this is SPEEDy Sports, and I am Benjamin Kuji. We bring moments of your life, and we are here discussing the Italian Serie A, and I'm asking the question, the way Atalanta and Napoli treated Atalanta is treating Lookman right now, and the way Napoli treated Osimhen, because Osimhen is no longer with Napoli. What is your take? Is it something that we should be concerned about our players going to the Italian Serie A? Do you see it as a bad thing, or do you feel that Nigeria should be cautious of going to the Italian Serie A? You can have your say. Call us, let us hear what you have to say about this. You can call us on our studio lines on 0803 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868, and let's have your say on this. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Evening once again. Kenneth calling back
from
Kenneth. Yeah. Sorry, I really don't want to agree with one of the callers who talked about character. I don't really think it's just a thing of character, because I, for one, have never been opportune to meet them in person. But let me be particular about Ademola Lookman.
Yes.
I think I've heard lots of journalists when I was back there in Port Harcourt talked about how down to earth Ademola Lookman can be. That he's this kind of a player that even when they are being invited over here in Nigeria and they go to interview him, he's even shy answering questions from them. So I don't really think it's a thing of character. If it's a thing of character, it shouldn't be Ademola. We can talk about
Victor Osimhen.
Yes, yes, his character is somehow questionable, but with that same character he has been able to play for lots of clubs, not just Napoli. He has played for lots of clubs. I think he played in Norway, he played in France, also played in Germany before Napoli. And he's also currently playing in Turkey for Galatasaray. So I don't really think it's a thing of the attitudes of the player. It's just a thing of the clubs, how the clubs see our players and like I told you earlier, the way our country is performing on the continent.
Okay.
And the agents they also have.
Okay.
They also have a huge role to play.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's becoming a heated one. The Nigeria, he's still insisting that the performance of your country also determines how clubs look at you, and also the kind of agent that you have. I know that the agents have a very strong role when it comes to. There are agents that when you hear that this agent is representing this particular club, you know that you can't cut corners with such kind of agent. But right now, Lukman has stopped going to training. Lukman says he has handed a transfer request, and he has stopped going to training. Not just stopping going to training alone, he has cleared his locker. That is what is happening to Lukman right now. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Benjamin.
Yes, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Solomon Ayaga from Api area. You are doing a great job.
All right, thanks very much.
Yes, you raise very interesting topics each day.
Yeah, thanks.
So this is my own contribution.
Okay.
Like many callers have said, Serie A have hosted some of the best Nigerian players. You had Kanu Nwankwo at Inter Milan, Taribo West at AC Milan. You had Sunday Olise at Juventus. Obafemi Martins at Inter Milan. This mostly in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yes.
At a point when the Serie A was arguably the best league in Europe.
Yes, and the most difficult.
Because if you look at the 90s or to the early 2000s, each Champions League you will have one of them.
Yes.
In it. And they played there. They were some of the choicest players there. There was no issue at all. So to me, I think the issue may be with the players concerned. You are only talking of two. There are many Nigerian players. I only picked out those names for the sake of time. So to me, I think if we look deep, it may be something to do with those players. Or maybe the contract as one of the last callers. He said maybe the agents don't do a good job, something like that.
All right.
But I don't think it is the Italian people racism or something like that. Because in my own time that I have followed Nigerian players there, I can hardly remember any racism issue with our players there.
All right, thanks for that one.
So thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's where we'll end that segment. Our time is fast spent. Let me just give the yesterday result. Congo played in the CHAN. Congo played a 1-1 draw with Sudan, while Nigeria was defeated by Senegal by a lone goal. Today's matches in the CHAN, you have Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, while Mauritania will be taking on Tanzania. I think this is where we'll call the show a day. I much appreciation for all those that called, and this is where we'll actually say goodbye. God bless your heart. I'll see you tomorrow.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oh yeah.